The department asks me every single semester, Professor Worthy, what would you like to teach? College comp, seminar, public speaking, your choice. Ladies, if the man wants you, he will come to you. He'll wife you up. You wouldn't be in a situationship. He'll tell you exactly what he wants, and you have to decide if you are right for that man. Now, again, men are the way they are for a reason. I heard somebody on the panel say men are stoic and everything. That's fine, okay? Men have to be that way. But like I said, it's part of it because we have to protect and provide. It doesn't mean that men are cold and cruel. Can you actually believe that men are benevolent and they care about women and they want to protect women? How often do you hear a man say, I don't need a woman and unalive all women? How often do you hear men say that? You don't, because men are not wired that way. Now, you can think men are stone cold and cruel, but we get the job done. Men are going to be men. Men are not going to be what women want us to be because we can't afford it. If we do that, the world falls apart. You ladies already know this. Y'all play dumb, and that's fine. You play dumb and do whatever you want to do, but the world still has to work, and we still have to work. Modern women say what they say about men based on the men that they deal with. That's their own relationship education. There's no partnership in real relationships, and the men know what I'm talking about. Anytime a man is expected to pay the majority of the bills, that's not equal. And y'all know it. If you want partnership, and I always say this, and y'all can share this around, if you want a partnership, join a law firm. Partnerships will always end up with y'all before the judge in court arguing over who's in charge. Ladies, you can't be the captain of the ship. And you can't be the executive officer of the vessel. And then turn around and run for the lifeboats when the ship starts to list. Ladies, if you want to be the captain and you want to be equal, stay on board and go down with the ship. Now, how many of you are going to do that? And I'm going to land in a second. I know a young woman on campus at the university where I work, and they're able to find men and get married to them. The career is just an excuse for modern women to use when they can't find the man that they really want. She doesn't have the skill set to be a wife. If you ever take a seminar class or etiquette course or ethics course, and I'm not talking business ethics, but you ever take one of those courses, we talk about real life in those courses. And a lot of modern women end up dropping those courses because we use data, statistic, and we use the numbers. Numbers are stubborn things. Being a wife is like having a job. If you go to college for 4 years, for example, and you get your degree, and then you discover your degree will only enable you to make $35K a year, you have nobody to blame but yourself. You had unreal expectations of what that degree would get for you. You thought you'd become some kind of business owner or some kind of millionaire with a bachelor's degree in business administration. Now you have to make excuses for why you're not a business owner. It's the same thing with relationships. You didn't understand or try to learn about what men want. You had an expectation of what you wanted from men. You didn't study for the exam. You didn't do the internship. You didn't do the work study. You dreamed your way right into a situationship. And that's where a lot of you women are. And I'm going to land with this. This is the way modern women chase men away, period. Now, that woman, Scoop, who was on here earlier, in our department, we would call that an academic disaster. I know students like her. Career-minded women can only find and date men who have jobs like lawn care or breeding dogs. And there's nothing wrong with that, with men doing that, okay? But when they say they want a high-tier man, how come they can't find one? Those are the men they end up with, because that's their excuse, because they know they weren't bred to be wives. They know it. When the men on this panel start picking apart her argument, she ran, and I put it in the comments. She got too hot, so she left, and that's fine. She's showing you how she's going to handle all her relationships. They run away. When it don't go their way, they split. They're gone. They don't want to hear it. I know students who behave like her, and they can't deal with the truth. Go ahead, walk out of the lecture hall. You're the one that's going to lose, and I'll land with this. Ladies, you can talk about your careers. You can talk about your degrees. All those things mean nothing if there's no ethics behind it, meaning if there's no behavior, there's no desire for you to be what a man wants, you're going to get nowhere. Ladies, if you want a decent man to marry you, please understand this. Degrees are only good for two things: hanging on your wall and reading a thermometer. And I land with that.